Your intro.
all right. Well, welcome everybody. We're back with you, and we're starting our finals round. And the first one that's gonna happen out of these four is gonna be the finals losers bracket. Match one is going to be
KEL4 versus Bowman. I mean, Draft GPO. Oh no, NINERIK. Sorry, I was
Oh,
on the wrong
shit.
frame. I even was aware of it.
Alright.
NINERIK versus gnahus. Sorry, a very entertaining matchup coming in. I mean, like you have one player with like very good speed and like mechanics side, and another player very good at aim. But both of them are also very competent in each other's skill sets. So I think we have a very interesting match coming up with these two.
Yeah. We just saw some insane matchup between Bubbleman and GET4, also on the GPO. It was one hell of a match, so I'm hoping we see some other quite cinematic match right here.
Yeah.
And yeah, we already saw NINERIK a couple of hours ago. We already know what has happened to him. And for gnahus, I believe it's probably the first time he's appearing on the stream.
I believe so.
Yeah, I would say so. And yeah, gnahus, he is in the loser bracket because he lost to Bubbleman last time. It was 6-4, was a pretty close match. And considering Bubbleman is now in winners bracket finals, that definitely tells that gnahus is one hell of a beast when it comes to those tournaments. And of course, your OWC champion. And he's up against NINERIK, so expect some spicy rivalry.
Oh, 100%. I mean, again, I can't stress enough. A very good aim player, very good mechanics player. I mean, gnahus only losing to Bubbleman, and again, the last match after how insane it was. Like, you understand the levels we're talking about here, and then you have, you know, NINERIK, who's been like, especially yesterday, was like match after match after match, was like making them close, but was pulling out some insane scores over and over again.
Yeah, that is true. And if you ask me about the game strategy, Torva, I think this one is going to be very dicey, in my opinion. Both NINERIK and gnahus, they have those main skill sets being mechanics and control. So tapping and stuff like no one's really known for all that. It's just that for NINERIK, the focus is more on those mechanics, on those tapping maps.
Yeah.
But he's still very solid when it comes to those control maps, those ulti/techie maps. Well, for gnahus, he is mostly focusing on those control maps rather than those super high demanding mechanic maps in terms of tapping. So, you know, they have overlapping skill sets. Matter of fact, they both despise those gimmick maps, if you know what I mean. They've been banning those all the time. For gnahus, last time he did not ban those gimmick maps was against Malishevsky. Oh no, not against Malishevsky, but yeah, against Bubbleman. And he got 100k on both No Mod 6 and Hit and HG2, so we're not going to be seeing those, I'm pretty sure. In fact, we're seeing different bans from both players.
Yeah, I mean, we have NINERIK immediately getting rid of the Hidden 4, getting rid of Mars, which is not too surprising, and then gnahus immediately getting rid of DT2 and No Mod 5, just wanting to get rid of, you know, NINERIK's strongest skill sets immediately. And then NINERIK immediately getting rid of Hidden 1, a very aim-focused hidden map, so not too surprising. But gnahus immediately opting for the Hidden 3 is the first pick of the match.
I mean, Torva, this data eraser thing, this has been the meta in this tournament so far. I cannot even lie to you. Of course, as mentioned before, it's an also original from Monster World Cup. It was a No Mod 4 in OWC 2024, and now we have it in an HG3 slot. A lot of slider tech, a lot of stop-and-go slider patterns, slider spams, all that you have in there. It's just a beautiful map. And with that, it's a pick by gnahus. Let's see if he will be able to get that first point on his board, or will NINERIK get a breakpoint right off the bat?
Yeah, very interesting for it, because we've seen NINERIK playing like really well on a lot of these tech maps, but like against players like Runny was, you know, playing very well, but, you know, falling a bit short. gnahus, on the other hand, I feel like is just going to completely excel and maybe just come out with some insanely disgusting scores, and you can see that pretty much immediately. But gnahus is actually playing a very early miss, surprisingly, but it's taking an accuracy lead as the map starts. And you can just see from the get-go, the burst requirement in this map, but the slider aim as well is just difficult and so easy to find random breaks on from nowhere.
Yeah, right off the bat, find a tactical miss from gnahus, but it's not only too shabby as NINERIK. Actually, that's a banter break. Never mind. But
that one isn't.
That one was a real one, and gnahus is having that head start that he needed. We saw some god modes from other players, 500k, 600k scores, and maybe gnahus is on the path of getting something like that, because so far it's looking pretty solid until that break, making NINERIK still stay in the game.
Staying in the game, but just still a bit behind. Combo not too majorly different, but that accuracy advantage from gnahus is going to be quite nice for them. maybe the crazy high scores that we've seen before aren't going to be matched here, but honestly, it's not about matching those scores. It's about just outscoring your opponent, and you can see that gnahus is doing a very good job of that right now. It's still 25k, even with the combo disadvantage, it's not closing all that quickly. And it's just going to be coming up to the halfway point of the map where, honestly, the next miss might just be everything unless it's immediately traded. But gnahus is the one to actually find that miss. But NINERIK seems to be holding on. The score lead actually flips over, and it's finally traded. But gnahus is now 5k deficit, and that miss is going to send me even further down. And there's only a third of the map remaining. You have to pull out a clutch moment and an insane combo if you want to try and overtake this in the last moments.
Yeah, this map is merciless, and look at that. Both NINERIK and gnahus are struggling quite a bit on this one. Last quarter left, gnahus is now having that opportunity to pull off a comeback. And he is doing it until that one, and with that, you have NINERIK now in the driver's seat as we're approaching those colossal sliders approaching across the screen, but he is making them look easy, breaking on the burst, and that is quite terrible. But look at that lead, 30k, I think that might be done.
Yeah, with what's left on the map, like you can still see some crazy clips coming in, but I don't think the score's going to be flipping unless NINERIK just absolutely falls apart and just doesn't hit any notes left. But I don't think that's going to happen in all actuality, and I think that is going to be NINERIK actually getting the first point on the board and opening this match with a break point.
Yeah, that turned out to be a disaster for gnahus. That was his pick, and now it's a break point. Things are starting off rough for gnahus. The player was great potential, but NINERIK is kicking the door in. And 1-0, now it's time for NINERIK to establish his next pick. He won the techie map. Maybe that opens some opportunities for him to go for other techie maps. But if you ask me, I see a couple of tapping maps left in the pool. Maybe I think that's the way. I think that's the way, man.
I fully expect to see NINERIK just go full abuse on those mechanics, but it's going to be interesting. You can hear the crowd screaming, "Let's go gnahus." They are all cheering for the Polish blood, and it's understandable, but it's NINERIK's pick, and if you want to see a break point, you're going to have to hope that, you know, we just see something like we just saw NINERIK do, just go absolutely crazy on a map that maybe wasn't in your favor. But I think that NINERIK's looking carefully, trying to pick something, but I'm seeing like a Hard Rock 4 being a very solid option here, or maybe the No Mod too. I've seen him like play Age of Tyranny No Mod, that top diff in tournament, and pull out some insane scores. I'm pretty sure we saw him do it in this tournament as well, but I'm not entirely sure if it's the best pick to go early in. I think it's like the mid pick you want to go into.
Yeah, he certainly did. And I think gnahus might be a bit confused because, you know, he usually picks that AG3 type of map in his own matches, and now NINERIK just stole his strategy kind of and got that break point. And NINERIK is replying with HR2. And this map, I think this has been played 3 times in a row already.
Yeah, I mean, this map, it's understandable why. Good position map. A lot of people, you know, in this tournament, they're becoming a lot more and more like comfortable and consistent on these Hard Rock 2s and just been enjoying them the whole way. And we've been seeing them again and again. And we've been seeing some really close scores in some of them and some really insane scores as well individually. And I'm honestly wondering how this is going to go, because this is one of those picks that I would expect them both to pick, right? NINERIK also very good at precision, but gnahus also very good aim player, and I feel like he's also going to be comfortable on this. So I'm very intrigued to see where this actually goes for both players.
Yeah, I mean, if NINERIK has done it against Maliszewski, maybe we will see the same outcome against another Polish superstar gnahus. We're going to be starting out slowly. This map features a lot of control, a lot of sliders, a lot of flow out, a lot of snap out, and yeah, you have some slider spams as well across the board. Overall, it's a good combination of a hell of a lot of skill sets. Considering it's all played in CS 6.5, that's what makes this map truly diabolical. You can see that by the opening breaks from both of the players.
Yeah, I mean, this map, yeah, as you said, generally diabolical almost the entire way through, and the lead's going to keep flipping over and over until one player finds their footing. I mean, this map's also short as well. We're already a quarter of the way through, and no player's actually, you know, established a major combo or established an actual proper lead. I mean, NINERIK is ahead by about 8k, but just one set of misses, he could flip it over. But the miss is actually going to be coming out to gnahus, which is going to be giving NINERIK quite a comfortable position now with that 230 combo in building, with no real competition currently on this map. It just seems a struggle coming from gnahus' side.
Yeah, quite great outcome for NINERIK right now. He is getting that head start. He is making some leg room for himself while gnahus is completely shattering. Only 100 combo, but with that break, gnahus is still back in the game. We're halfway through the map. There's no turning back right now. gnahus, though, finding another one, and with that NINERIK, that 80k score lead is consolidating.
Yeah, I mean, gnahus is going to have to pull off something absolutely crazy now, and NINERIK has found the break, so, you know, if something insane happens, there might be a chance, but they're at the break. There's less than half a map remaining. we're going to need to see like almost a full combo on this last third from gnahus if there's even a hope for that to overtake. A 92k difference in this break.
Yeah, it is terrifying map, and only one will survive the ending of this one. The ending is also not the hardest section of the map. In fact, it's the one where you have to keep your consistency. We have seen so many upsets at the ending of this map, so NINERIK really needs to hold his hands steady to not find a random shit miss, because with that gnahus will actually be able to get a break point. This is not what NINERIK wants, but if they both find a break, I mean, hey, if they both find a break, it's completely fine because nothing is gonna move. It's 100k. That's a very decisive win for NINERIK right here.
Yeah, I mean, getting 2 very early points on the board is a very, very comfortable position to start your match in, because you take the first break point, you go to your own point, and you're like, okay, I'm doing the head now. I can just sit, relax, and NINERIK can sit here in this position now and just trade every single point and still come out of a win. But it's going to be now having to fight an uphill battle and a half if there is even hope to, start bringing that back. But it was a very, very phenomenal fight from these two on that map. But now it's, gnahus' pick again. And I feel like we could maybe see, like, a no mod 1.
I mean, the crowd wants to see some great performance from gnahus, clearly. That's what I'm hearing. And yeah, gnahus. I mean, last time against Bubbleman, he tried to double down for these control maps like HD3, HD4, No Mod 3, No Mod 4, all that. But Bubbleman actually did ban No Mod 1 and DT1 against gnahus, so he is very well. He knew that Bubbleman, that gnahus is super strong when it comes to that aim department. However, gnahus is trying to push the skill cap to the limit because that DT4 is just insane. It's just complete madness. It's an old map. You have a lot of those old patterns and also slide rave all combined together. Really dense map as well because it's super long. That makes it all like really, really tough to FC.
Yeah, I mean, this map is just like a challenge all the way through. Like, sure, you might have like a section or two that might be slightly easier, but in comparison to the whole map, I mean, you're just go, 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 and you just have to like stay nerve controlled, stay just comfortable, and just keep going, and just have to be in that flow state if you want an insane score on this. But we've seen some good scores on this map already, if I'm not mistaken. I think Malashevsky played this, and going into it next, I mean, you see it immediately. A decently alright approach rate, like quite high. I think like what 10.2, 10.3.
Oh yeah. And
then mix that with just the speed of these old patterns, and you just get like it's a speed without the speed and mechanics. But you see trades coming out basically immediately, and the accuracy actually advantage going to the side of NINERIK, but by a very small margin. So that score lead is going to be there, but their combos are basically identical. They trade immediately, but that miss there is going to start moving that score lead in favor of NINERIK. But that miss going back, I mean, you're seeing the challenge. These players cannot hold combo for longer than the other.
Yeah, Torva, this map got hands. Last time Malashevsky played it was 99% accuracy, blew NINERIK out of the water, and it's for a reason. This map does not forgive any mistakes. NINERIK and gnahus now finding recoveries, but you can tell that once the KI starts, it's going to be really hard to maintain those combos with high accuracies as well. Yeah, but another one coming from NINERIK, and gnahus now is having the early lead in this match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lead that gnahus are definitely needing, and another miss coming out from NINERIK as well, and another. This is going to start moving that score lead in favor of gnahus, and you can tell the crowd are very happy with it, with the shouts I've just heard. But gnahus now finally having a chance to get himself on the board, but it's only the first quarter of the map. He needs to keep comboing, and if there's a break at any point later in, and NINERIK, starts to catch back up, then he could be in a danger zone. But right now, he looks comfortable. He's in the zone, 700 combo, 98% accuracy, and he is just going to keep pushing that score as high as he can, as far as he can, up until, the points where the map gets a bit too difficult for no reason, almost.
Yeah, Torva, I cannot even like, gnahus is such a terrifying control player to play
Oh
against.
my God.
Finding that break. 50k is the only thing that is saving him right now, as NINERIK is kicking the door in. He is trying to get back on track. Now 46k, he sees that break, he knows everything is still on the table. Try to not get nervous is the name of the game now. And he got a whole load of the map left. Will he be able to pull off a breakpoint like he did in the first pick of gnahus?
I mean, it's looking like it's definitely a possibility, especially with, NINERIK now finding his footing as well. Holding through the doubles, the control doubles is honestly insane. And that's a really bad set of misses coming from gnahus, because that score lead is closing so quickly, especially with NINERIK now climbing that 800 combo, but has found the break, so gnahus is going to be keeping the lead by a very small margin. But those misses are not ones you could be affording. You have a third of the map left, and it's a 400 score difference. You cannot be risking this, gnahus.
That is so intense. Every node feels heavier than the last one. Both players are trading blows, but which one will be the final one right here? Last quarter of the map is now gnahus having the combo advantage. He needs to hold more. He's losing by accuracy. He cannot afford any mistake. This is the point of no return. He finds a break. NINERIK is trading him, and the score is flickering. Will there be enough time for NINERIK to save the breakpoint potential, or will gnahus take over?
Yeah, I mean, that scoreline flipping over, it's generally just going down to the accuracy, because their combos have been pretty much identical. It's 2k score difference, and I'm not entirely sure if there's a spot that, is going to cause a major problem for these players, but the score is 700. It could be down to the spinner. And gnahus is taking the lead, coming to the last bit of the ending, one of the harder parts of the map, especially with the nerves all built up. The score difference is literally 200 between these two players. But NINERIK finds the miss, which is going to be giving gnahus his first point on the board on the CT4.
The last bastion of Norway is falling short, and gnahus is establishing his first point into this match. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear how crowd is hyped up. They clearly have a favorite in this one, in his home turf. Now getting some hands on the points. 2-1, but still there's a long way to go. Best of 11, 6 maps to win, and NINERIK put up a very solid fight. You cannot be sure to pick, other alt maps if 30k is the only that sort of safe spot you have.
Yeah, like the fight they both had on that map was insane. Like both of them going from diff spike to diff spike, basically just trading every miss. And the fact that, you win basically off like a random miss that was almost unexpected from NINERIK on that ending, I mean, that can't be a comfortable position. It's very nice to have that DT4, do not get me wrong, and it was a very phenomenal performance. But can you really risk now going into something very similar to it, or do you just want to just go full on send with, the maps that are remaining open that are fully in your favor, like the Nomad one, the DT one? But NINERIK, with it being his pick, is going to be opting for, Hard Rock 1, the King of Lions.
Really? I mean, Torva, I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like every single match is the same. Like, all the same maps are being picked. Hard Rock 1, Hard Rock 2, DT4 is also super popular. AG3, the only thing we're missing right now is Nomad 4. I'm pretty sure we will see it sometime soon. But yeah, the King of Lions, you know it, you love it. It is Camellia. And RapGPO showed us some incredible performance last time, and it's almost 400k. That's the goal you're looking for. NINERIK, you need to pull off some sort of similar performance, as gnahus is pretty strong when it comes to aim and light tag, as we've already saw.
Yeah. I think NINERIK's picking into this because we've seen him play this map, and he's looking very confident on it. And every time he's played the map, I'm pretty sure he's been getting better. So with it being his second, third time playing this map, he's going to be playing pretty confidently on this, and he's just going to be able to keep pushing that score further. But it's just going to be focusing that consistency in his scores. Whereas gnahus, I mean, very confident aim player, and I feel like this is just all in his skill set. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of mechanics, especially during the key eyes, but it's a lot more aimy of being a problem. But some of these streams are there, and you can see the repeating streams. Just, a bit of an act drop coming in from gnahus, but, NINERIK is just going to be threading it through them, no problem. But no slider breaking on the very end of it.
Yeah, this map is not for the weak, but neither of the players are weak by any means. That was finding, dropping that first blood, but look at the trade. You have 4 minutes of pure perfection from Camellia. And NINERIK right now is very comfortable. Look at the accuracy difference as well. That gives us a lot of information for almost 5% accuracy difference, and that just speaks volumes.
Yeah, but NINERIK has found a miss. I mean, a bit of shade coming in, but it was traded just on that last third miss. So the scoreline is going to stay at 50k, and yeah, that comfortability difference is definitely becoming into question. I mean, 93.5% accuracy. I mean, you have a lot of map left. You can definitely start to bring it back, but it's not a position you want to be in, especially when you're, already in a deficit of 50k without a major combo. And now NINERIK, has found another break, so now he's going to be leading, but the trade immediately after just seems to be struggling on a lot more of these mechanical focus parts, and the tornado slider catching out gnahus as well. I mean, you can see the aim focus in these, and they're just going back and forth on these misses, but the accuracy is doing so much for NINERIK's score in comparison.
Yeah, and that is what NINERIK is all about, having the superior accuracy. Even if you're not being able to hold any combo, that is the difference maker that you can always rely on. And that is exactly what he's doing. Do you see that break? It doesn't even matter. He's almost doubling the score of gnahus. gnahus is recovering, in fact, but there is a long way to go for him. Look at how slowly the score is moving to his side.
Yeah, I mean, even with gnahus having combo advantage, that accuracy difference is going to be crippling the score gain. And it's going to be a bit unfortunate. We need to see another few misses coming out from NINERIK, but the miss there from gnahus, a halfway point of the map. There needs to be some crazy recovery coming in from gnahus on this later half, otherwise it might as well be over and done with. But I don't think you can count him out yet, because, you know, he's been showing... Oh, he got slow slidered. Unlucky.
Yeah, very clean performance from NINERIK and very unfortunate slider break. And another one from gnahus.
Okay.
He is completely confused by what's happening right now. NINERIK is I don't know, 2 tiers above reality right now if you're comparing him to gnahus. Almost 400 combo, while if you look at gnahus, there is a complete canyon between those two. Never mind, we got another break from NINERIK this time.
Both players just finding breaks on the easy sections, but they've been breaking everywhere. This map is so difficult all the way through, and you can't blame them. And like, you can just see why. I mean, the slider aim required is just brutal half the time, mixed in with just the control required, and you can just find scores being like found everywhere with misses lifted everywhere in the map. But yeah, NINERIK is just playing so comfortably. It's just that accuracy, and gnahus is starting to recover accuracy a bit, getting to 94%, but he's going to need a lot more in this last quarter, and an insane amount of accuracy mixed in if he wants to even have a chance to close that 110k barrier between those two players. But it's just not going to be seeming to happen, especially with NINERIK now as well, on that 400 combo mark almost, with 97.8% accuracy. I mean, it's just the comfortability from NINERIK is insane. Like, you could honestly consider NINERIK to be the king of lions when it comes to this map.
Yeah, gnahus, he just cannot stop the bleeding. NINERIK's sword is merciless, and he is showing all of us why he picked that Heart of One. Exactly the performance you were expecting from him. Almost 98% accuracy. It's going up. And there's just nothing gnahus can do.
I mean, yeah, with this map, NINERIK is just basically the expert of this map when it comes to this, like, the other players. I mean, he's played every time, he's played it comfortably every time. Like, there have been cases where, you know, people are getting very, very close to taking his score over from him, but you know what, NINERIK is comfortable, it's his pick, but, you know, gnahus is now going to be in a boat where he has to pick a map again that he's going to be comfortable on. But then also, gnahus is going to be chasing this entire match just to find a breakpoint if he wants to keep himself in a chance.
Yeah, Torva, there is a reason why gnahus banned Heart of 1 and Heart of 2 against Bubbleman. And we're seeing why exactly he got rid of those Heart of maps, which he did not. Oh my days! And the crowd is so hyped up, guys. Everybody who's watching online, I wish you guys were here, because this is French fries. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Delicious.
Yeah, honestly, really nice. The food is great, I won't lie. Like, oh, I'm seeing a pick from gnahus I'm liking. I mean, we're kind of running back the DT4 a bit, but a bit more difficult. Well, maybe not more difficult, but this map to me just feels more evil. Like, the best way to describe this map is old map with like the weirdest aim mixed in and just so much control needed just to not break combo or drop accuracy all over.
Yeah, Torva, you put it very well. There is a thing that there is literally no FCs on this map. It is ranked and there are no FCs in this one. It is... I cannot even explain how hard it is. But it's gnahus win against Bubbleman on this one. And that's the strategy that he is choosing. He's doubling down on these control alt/tag maps. This time it's going to be your snap/flow alt, everything that you could imagine that an alt map has. This one fulfills your requests. We're going to be starting off with him for a droid, 3-1. Slowly approaching the mid-game of the match. gnahus needs that point, otherwise it's going to be 4-1. It's going to be really hard to get anything.
Yeah, I mean, gnahus is, you know, it's on that pick. They have a chance to bring it back, like, start bringing the score into a decent position, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, and this map is definitely a map to do it on. If you end up being comfortable on this map, you can be genuinely comfortable on everything in the game, because it's just the amount of challenge it brings. And NINERIK does finally drop the SS with a few misses there, which does give, well, was giving gnahus a combo advantage, but you can just see the challenge in it. Right, this map says it's 7.6 stars, and I'm gonna tell you it's a straight up lie. This map is just so difficult. Everything like overlapping almost or back and forth with like some of the most like awful, not awful in like quality, but awful in like trying to actively play its patterns when it just comes to being so difficult. But you know what? There's still, you know, these two players are very close. I mean, there's 1% accuracy difference in favor of NINERIK and combo in favor of NINERIK, but like by 40. And we're a quarter of the way in, but the map, especially these last 3 quarters, are just a challenge and a half.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, you know, this song is not picking favorites, it's just punishing them. That is the explanation of our entire match right here. Last maps were super tough, and this one is gonna keep up the bar very well. So far, you have 400 combo for both players, but after that slider, the real madness will begin. The map will start showing its true colors, and here we are! gnahus holding through that storm while NINERIK is left behind in the dust. And gnahus needs to hold on to get that solid advantage that he really needs.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to run away with the combo. I mean, this part is like one of the harder parts of the map, especially with the fact it's basically a jump scare start after that slider. And unfortunate misread coming in from gnahus, but he's already given himself a 30k score lead, which is going to be super comfortable, especially with the fact he now has the accuracy advantage as well. So NINERIK is going to need a lot more combo, but you can just see NINERIK just seems to be struggling on the aim hit. It's so difficult to get right, and so difficult to read and mixed in between all of it. I mean, you just have a challenge upon challenge upon challenge, and gnahus is just kind of running away with this map. Does find another miss, but it's 43k an advantage for gnahus in this map.
Yep, you look at that break, and it's the same story all over again. So many crucial breaks overall throughout all of these matches that have been the deal breakers. gnahus is in the lead, and he knows that, he realizes that, so you have to remain cold-headed, which you are. That last KI is the one that will break mortals, and we're just waiting for the first crack in either of these players' defenses. Who will blink first?
Yeah, like, generally, getting towards this ending, I mean, you can see how difficult these aims are. Like, generally, the aim control required and the snap and everything for it is just such a challenge, but they are both just going neck and neck. They're just going forward and forward, but it finally comes out from NINERIK with the first miss. gnahus does trade it out, but it is a 50k advantage for gnahus on the snap, looking like a very strong pick for him. We were skeptical about, you know, picking it more into the odd maps after the TT4, but I think gnahus is just showing why he is so comfortable on them and so willing to pick into them no matter who he's against. It's just he runs away with such insane scorelines, and even if he struggles on the intro, you get to the diff spike and he just runs away with combo.
Yeah, he landed the hit, and then he just watched the points stack up. You know, 50k score difference, and that might be not such a dominant victory, but a very convincing one, and I'm pretty sure the crowd is happy as well. So they always are whenever gnahus wins a map, and yeah, that makes complete sense. So NINERIK is playing against his opponent and against the audience as well. That's quite a challenge. 3-2. He lost 2 points in a row. He wants more, and we saw, I believe we did see that DT3 pick coming from him. Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah. Oh. I was not expecting him to opt into this here, but honestly, I also kind of understand this pick. If I'm not mistaken, NINERIK picked this as well last match and was pretty confident on it.
He was really confident. Matter of fact, he got 1 miss on the map, like somewhere in the middle. And that was not enough to beat Malishevsky, because of course Malishevsky is doing his thing. He has seen the map. But for NINERIK, I said it multiple times, that was a diabolical score from NINERIK. It was a really great accuracy as well, like 98. And that 1 miss wasn't even like on a tapping section. It was really on pretty much on nothing. So if there is a person to match Malishevsky on DT3, that's gonna be NINERIK. He kind of sees it potentially. He just needs to pull himself together because he wants to get that solid lead against gnahus. And gnahus, you know, he has trained his mechanics really well. He also has a chance.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it from one Polish player already, managed to beat out NINERIK on the snap. We could see it again coming from another Polish player. Because as we've seen from Malishevsky, even if you drop accuracy down to 94%, if you just hold combo, you can just absolutely win. Because it is very easy to break on these snaps, but now in the position these players are in, if there was to be a full combo on this map coming out of any time now, especially with the higher accuracy, it's going to be coming from NINERIK, especially to, like, almost taking it personally against Malishevsky. But we do see gnahus actually finding those early misses, and NINERIK now is just going to start running away with that score lead. 99% accuracy 375 combo in just starting to run with it.
Yeah, and honestly, in terms of accuracy, gnahus is not so far behind. Both pulling 99. That is higher than Malishevsky had. The combo game is not on gnahus' side, though. It is NINERIK. He is the king of those type of maps. DD2, DD3, no 1-5. Call him, and he will deliver. He will execute that perfectly. This map is the instrument of execution, and this time it is functioning properly. He is looking forward to lower the guillotine.
Yeah, I mean, you put NINERIK on a map that is like 264 BPM, just constant cut, stream, cut burst, just stamina or like consistency check. And he's just going to start rinsing the map of everything it has and just go absolutely insane. Because he's just like one of the best players when it comes to the consistency on these kind of maps. And he's just showing us up in full force.
Yeah, 99.5, and he is not stopping. Every slider is hit with perfection. Every tap is thunder, every other slider is lightning, and I don't know, 99.56, what are we doing? 1k combo already. If EF sees it, that's gonna be the highlight of the tournament. I don't even know how much PP this will give him. Well, gnahus is just being left behind in dust. There is nothing he can do now. NINERIK just doubled his score. The only question we have now, Torva, is how far will he push that insane performance?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, now every single eye in this building, every single eye at home is just going to be on NINERIK, watching that combo counter completely go up and up and up. The accuracy is so comfortably sitting at 99.5%. I mean, genuinely, can you even beat this guy when it comes to, you know, this consistency? And I mean, we've seen it before, yes, sure, but when he is in the zone like this, what can you really do to stop him?
Torva, he is dancing on the edge and he's making it look easy. 1.5k combo, the last couple of seconds of the map are left. Williamson, he does empty the map!
Yeah, and phenomenal score coming in from NINERIK. 1.1 million, taking the best score on this map so far in this tournament. You know, having the accuracy advantage over Malishevsky's full combo by, you know, almost 5%. I mean, we asked at the start of the map, is this the time that NINERIK full combos? I think he heard us and just went, yes, sure, we full combo now.
That was the one. That was the one. I remember for a long time. Imagine if he also said against Malishevsky. That might have changed the story. Who knows? But yeah, with this one, can someone count how much PP is that even? I think that is very solid amount. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like it has to be like in my head like at least like 850. Like that's what I'm thinking. Just with the challenge that map gives, it has to be. Oh. Now we see the map get picked.
Now we're talking, Torva. Now we're talking. gnahus going for an aim-heavy map because, of course, gnahus does such a strong aim player overall. And this map is exactly the test that he needs to take. It is raw aim. You have those cross-screen star jumps. And not only those, they're very constant as well. I believe the highest score we've seen was 440k from RapGPO. So even the best aim players are struggling a bit on this one. And gnahus, if there is anyone to beat that top score, I think he is the one.
100%. I mean, again, one of the most like insane aim players in the game, like to exist. And you give him a map that's no more one, you know, a comfortable like 207 BPM with like almost full screen jumps lit around, like especially the later half where they're just like full screen jumps. He's just gonna have the time of his life on this map. And you know, I think with it being banned against him against Bomberland, we now do get to see just the insane performance now who's absolutely ready to just show us with this map. Like, we saw the full combo come out from NINERIK on the last map. I don't think we'll see a full combo come out here, but we will still see a score of an equal amount of insanity.
For sure. What was that? 4 minutes of pure raw aim. Gonna be the decider between who will get the next point. If NINERIK gets that 5th point, that is there is a very high chance he will just finish off this match and advance to the second finals losers bracket match. Well, for gnahus, it is not looking that great. Both players though are having amazing accuracy, stellar performance so far, but both players are going down 18k. NINERIK having that leg room that he needs. That is great, but you need more if you want a comfortable victory, a comfortable break point against gnahus. gnahus needs to keep out if he wants to stay in the match.
Yeah, I mean, gnahus looking a bit more shaky on this than I was completely expecting, but to be fair, I believe that it is the first match he's actually able to be allowed to play this map due to not being banned. So, you know, just getting adjusted to it, and you can now start to see gnahus really showing off that aim capability. NINERIK, unfortunately, does find a miss during those major star patterns, but gnahus is just going to be starting to run away with a good bit of combo. accuracy disadvantage by like a decent percent, almost 2% to be honest. But the combo, he's going to start building it, and he's going to start being very, very comfortable on this aim. And you can just see the comfort just slowly building up as the map continues.
Yeah, gnahus is back at it. That is what we know for sure. NINERIK though is right on his tail. He is not letting gnahus run away. He's trying to catch up. Not after that. gnahus is hidden that insane aim pattern, and he is only moving forward, leaving NINERIK completely confused of what he's doing right now. The accuracy might be on the NINERIK side, but who cares if you can pull the Malichowski move and just out-combo your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, the accuracy is welcoming him now. He's just actually been improving his accuracy more and more. He went from being like mid 96% to now climbing up to that 98%, just marginally behind the NINERIK. But on that 600 combo, he's just genuinely eating these patterns alive with no problems to be found. And you look at the div spikes and you go, okay, someone hits this, that's kind of insane. And it's the exact same case where you see gnahus just running away with it. NINERIK unfortunately finding more misses, but gnahus, he's warmed up, he's locked in, and the flow state has arrived on these jumps.
Yeah, gnahus is pulling this map apart, finally goes down, but you all saw what just happened a couple of seconds ago. That is a type of performance when you can say same map but different league, Torva.
Yeah.
And 1/3 is left, but let's be honest, is there a possibility of NINERIK pulling it back?
Like any other player, I would absolutely say yes. However, the problem with that is to pull it back, you'll need to rely on your opponent finding a miss on the death spike while you hit it. Even if NINERIK hits it, look at what gnahus is running away with. Oh, but this time, in fact, proving me wrong, it actually does find a miss right at the end of it, and NINERIK is going to be the one holding on, but it's 65k score lead, a quarter of the map left, and another miss coming up from gnahus. If NINERIK just keeps holding on, especially with this... Oh, there we go. As I was saying, NINERIK unfortunately does find that miss. But if he kept that holding on, he would have had a decent chance of it, but gnahus is going to be keeping a 60k score lead quite comfortably, getting, closer and closer to the ending of the map. Still a decent margin, though, but like 45 seconds remaining. And there's so many of these jumps. I mean, look at how spaced they are, and it's so difficult to aim them, but gnahus just finding one miss at the start of the death spike and just not having a single problem whatsoever since then.
Yeah, they're both walking through the fire right now, and it's not letting up. But it doesn't even matter at any point right now, even though NINERIK and gnahus both are finding breaks. That lead that he built, that 700 combo that he got in the middle of the map, hitting some of the div spikes, it was more than enough. The damage has been done, and there's only like last 10 seconds of the map left. Third point goes to gnahus, and it's 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good pick for gnahus to have on his side. Like, he cannot risk having another breakpoint after the start of this match, but the thing we have to talk about, the sad truth is that if not, well, honestly, first things first, insane score. Hold on, I'll talk in a second with this.
Very respectable, very stellar performance. And yeah, exactly what he needed. That's the reason why other players have been manning those No 1 DT1 maps. Oh yeah, do you hear the audience? Do you hear the audience?
I hope the viewers at home can hear that, because everyone in this building is so loud. And there's so much passion in this room. Every single time there is a Polish player, every single person in this room just starts going absolutely crazy, and it's so fun. But now, honestly, kind of the bad news thing. If gnahus wants to guarantee himself at least a tiebreaker, we need to get that breakpoint very, very soon. But NINERIK is looking so comfortable on his own picks. It's kind of sketchy for gnahus here.
It really does. It really does. I mean, yeah, we think about it. Yeah, gnahus might pick DT1 and might get a point as well, because he just blowed NINERIK out of the water with that No 1. And yeah, he might get it, but NINERIK, you look at him, he still has a hell of a lot of maps to go with. You have Noma 2, you have some you actually have Hard Rock 4. I think we will see that soon enough from him. Justice Monster hasn't been picked yet. I think might be the opportunity, but no, Noma 2. He's going for the classic Age of Tyranny.
It seems that NINERIK wants to spin the wheel and roll the dice, going to the Flowwave map made by the original Age of Tyranny. You know, the map that was for a while known as farm, and it is a farm map, but this top diff, even if it is a farm map, it is still so difficult to get it right every single time, because the flow aim requirement in it is so difficult. And it's a long map as well. You 3 minutes 30 consistency, 200 BPM streams it, you get one break, and that break is a jump section. So depending on your comfort, you might even find your miss there.
Yeah, this map is coming all the way back from Resurrection Cup 2024 Grand Finals number 2 slot. And it was there for a reason. This map is brutal. And only the best tapping players can hit that. Luckily though, we have gnahus and NINERIK. Those are pretty crazy players, and I think they have what it takes to rival each other on this one. Expecting a close fight between those two. If gnahus wants to break point, this is the map that he can try and accomplish that. I think he has the most chances on this one.
Yeah, maybe like this and like possibly like Hard Rock 4 are like the only maps in my head that I can think of they can definitely like have a chance of that breakpoint on. But this right now, I mean, this map, this is the easy part of the map, and you know there's still so many sections where you can just find so many miss aims. But it's just 200 BPM splat just constantly going and going and going. You don't really get a proper break in this map, and especially when you get to the later half, it just gets so difficult. But we are going to be seeing the first misses coming out from gnahus, an unfortunate bit of a miss aim, which is going to be giving NINERIK quite a comfortable lead because of the accuracy and the fact that the combo break hasn't been found yet.
Yeah, another tactical miss, quote-unquote, from gnahus that is allowing NINERIK to step ahead. With 99.85, I believe he just dropped 100. As we're approaching the first KI, he's dropping more, but he is holding through. gnahus is recovering though. Only 38k score difference. Everything is still on the table for gnahus. If he needs that point, he will get it. But NINERIK is sending in his way, and he is not letting the passion fall.
Yeah, I mean, just the comfort being shown from NINERIK here, like not a single problem on the flow aim, something he definitely excels at. The confidence on the tapping of 99.6% accuracy, just light work for NINERIK here. And gnahus actually now is starting to catch back up, getting into the flow state for it, and starting to build that combo up. But the problem is that you are relying on NINERIK to be finding those misses, and there has to be at least a small bit before the ending. But, you know, the first third of the map is down, and NINERIK just not even showing even a sign of a chance of a break, unless it's just going to come out of genuinely nowhere.
Yeah, it's a perfect knife fight in real time. You look at both players, they are popping off right now, almost halfway through the map. Only one break from gnahus and FC from NINERIK. But it's so unfortunate that one of the players will have to say goodbye to. And so far, it looks like gnahus is going to be the name that we're going to be seen losing this map unless there is a disaster from NINERIK, unless there is a break. But look at that accuracy, 99.75, Torva. I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
Yeah, I mean, we still have half the map remaining, and we get to our, like, only, like, quote-unquote, break section. And, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the jumps are not, like, crazy difficult, but, like, you're on an insane score, you have to keep your full combo, because if either one of these players break, it's just, you know, it's over on this map. And these jumps can just very easily catch you off guard, because they do just feel a bit awkward to aim or, like, tap for some reason, despite the fact, you know, that it's a reasonable BPM. It's not like if you're playing, like, straight up just normal 200 BPM jump spam. It's just light work, but it's just the difference of the map. But the break section is over, and you are back straight into the streams. And it's just going to be NINERIK just holding on more and more. I don't remember the last 100 he got. I think it was like genuinely the start of the map as he's gone to 99.8% accuracy. And with this KI, the flow in gets a bit more difficult, a bit more space, and a bit more just start, stop, go kind of thing. But there's just not a problem to be found. But the thing that scares me is, will someone break on the combo, like 2800 combo?
Oh my god. Torva, the room has gone silent. Everybody's waiting for the first crack, but it's just not happening. We're entering the last flow section of the map, and gnahus is going to be the one missing. NINERIK is going to the finish line with fire on his heels. And he's not stopping. Torva, he cannot be doing that. 99.77. He have seen DD3. Will he have seen Noma 2 as well?
Bro, I'm genuinely thinking this guy's just farming a match.
No way!
He's genuinely farming a match. This man, oh, he finds the miss at the end. No! Choking 800 PP in the match and choking Age with Tyranny full combo. But still a phenomenal score.
The last hard stream of the map. This is where he decides to fall. But you look at that, I think even with those 8 misses, that's gonna be super respectable performance. And if I were gnahus, I would be terrified. I would be terrified of that back-to-back DD3 and now that Noma 2. That's just insane.
I mean, yeah, like 16 and 100 that entire map, and I'm pretty sure like over half of them were like as he was missing. And then he had like 4 100s at the very start of the map. So just that a level of consistency on 200 BPM is just genuinely terrifying. And, you know, that being one of the 2 maps we were thinking that gnahus could get a breakpoint on, it's now looking a bit more scary. But again, we do get a pick from gnahus here, and I'm fully expecting to see not the No Mod 4, but you know what? It's a very solid pick.
Yeah, Torva, this is what I told you a couple of minutes ago. We're just waiting for No Mod 4, and we will have the entire pack of the most used maps in this tournament. Money Chase by Ishtiak. It was an OWC No Mod 4 for either finals or grand finals. Don't recall correctly, but when it comes to Ishtiak, he's that new Jam Tech mapper, and his maps have been so popular recently in a couple of last years. A lot of slider tech, and not only that, this song itself, you play it and it literally feels like it's so depressing, it's so scary to play it.
Yeah.
Just because everything adds up, the sliders, the atmosphere itself, and if you get anything but like score that's higher than like 400k, that is just something that, I don't know, heavenly performance.
Yeah, I mean, this map is just daunting, to say the least, going into it, and then having to, like, fight against another person on that map. I mean, the comfort, I mean, can't be there for many people, but then again, if we were saying about that, if there were any people to be comfortable on, you know, this kind of map, most of them are in this building, one of them, like, possibly being gnahus and NINERIK, and, you know, people like Malashevsky all being pretty relatively comfortable on this, but we did see an early miss coming in from gnahus. Maybe another tactical miss we've seen before and time again, because I don't expect NINERIK to have seen this map. I don't expect like to see like the insane combo, but then again, I say that we've seen them happen before, so it might be a case of me eating my own words later.
Yeah, I mean, NINERIK has entered his flow state, and he's not stopping. With gnahus finding the first break, NINERIK is staying unfazed. As we're entering the more flowy section, he's not finding break, but gnahus just falling apart. What's happening? It's not even the hard section of the map, and NINERIK is already here striking.
Yeah, I mean, first part of the map happens, and NINERIK does finally go down, but he's going down with a 45k score lead, and the accuracy lead as well, but gnahus is starting to finally find his footing, getting the combo slowly but surely. And the scoreline is actually decreasing quicker than I would expect in this case. And with those misses coming out, the scoreline has gone down to 30k already from 45k just a few moments ago. And the accuracy as well, now actually moving into gnahus' favor. You know, he's finding his footing, he's getting a bit more confident, he's got the swing of the map in his way. And NINERIK just seems to be falling apart on a lot of these moments, and you can't blame him, it's so difficult to hold these combos. But gnahus is managing to move the scoreline in his favor, running it with a 400 combo almost, and 95% accuracy practically. I mean, he's just building and building and building on this map. He looked so uncomfortable at the start, but you get to this point now, and he looks like this is just like a breakfast for him.
Yeah, that combo drop might cost the counter, I'm not going to lie. That misspoken monster, and gnahus is unleashed with 500 combo. He is slicing through this map like it owes him blood. He cannot be stopped at this point. 1/3 left, and it's only increasing 70k score difference. NINERIK is trying his best to catch up, but unless gnahus finds a break, which he does, that might help NINERIK. But with this, he is fighting a losing battle. This map is so brutal at the last quarter. Any break is gonna steal the deal.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be so difficult to do it, especially with, you know, gnahus having that accuracy lead by a decent margin as well. Like, NINERIK has to, like, hold another 100 combo on top of gnahus' max combo, and that's assuming gnahus doesn't, or, you know, start to match the combo, but he's just building up as well, you know, making that score lead, like, decline go slower and slower, but that chain miss there is going to start moving the score lead a bit more. It is 20k difference, and NINERIK is now starting to hold on as well. The flow section just completely in his skill set and in his zone. He's at 600 combo, coming to the closure of the map. It's 3k difference. The scoreline does flip over, and NINERIK does finally find the miss, but gnahus trades it out immediately. It's 2k difference, the last sliders of the map, 4k difference, but no misses coming out towards the end of NINERIK, bringing another breakpoint to his side.
3k score difference was all it took to break gnahus' heart. That was his own pick, and he just lost it. It's a match point for NINERIK. One map, and the journey that gnahus has gone through will be over. And that is just tragic to see.
Yeah, I mean, this is a scary situation to be, because with it being NINERIK's pick, Hard Rock 4 is still on the table.
No.
Yeah, that's still available, and we've seen NINERIK run it every single time and pull out an insane score every single time. And I'm kind of expecting to see that Hard Rock 4 once again.
We could. If it's the end of Salvento, hell yeah, like every single match I'm down to see that. It's just the thing that NINERIK, he did pick it against Ronnie Sunny and he lost. It was a break point. And I don't know. I think gnahus can pull off Ronnie Sunny type of performance in this Hard Rock 4 as well. He's a controlled beast after all. And with that, I actually don't know if Hard Rock 4 is the best option for NINERIK.
I mean, yeah, but that was the first time they played the map. The second time NINERIK played the map, he looked so comfortable on it. Like, generally, like, a different beast. And even on the first time, it was just because, you know, Ronnie went into the zone with 1k combo, insane. But NINERIK was practically on his tail for a decent bit of it, and I do see it being still a very strong pick. But the problem with it is if he doesn't pick into that, what is he going to pick into? No 1-6, hidden 2, DT1, pick gnahus' own map for him.
Oh, yeah, he is running out now if you think about it. Well, gnahus actually has more picks. If he tries the next one, something like DT1 will be very viable.
Yeah.
And
also Hard Rock 3
Hold
instead,
on.
going to Justice Monster. I didn't even see that was there. I was just like completely blind to it.
yeah, it is Justice Monster. It is there. It is an alt map, of course, such a banger song. It has like 70% flow alt, 30% snap alt. I would give that definition to the map. And of course, it is Eurobeat, 160 BPM, 4 minutes long. It's a long way to go for most players. But if gnahus wants to end it off, he needs to do it now. He will not have so many great picks after this one.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying about this, you know, being 8% flow ult, 20% snap ult. Old map, yes.
Yes.
Look at the No More 3 and how that went. I'm concerned with NINERIK. But with it being his pick, you know, it being a very different map, of course, there's still that very comfortable nature there that for NINERIK to definitely pull off an insane score, but picking ult into gnahus does feel like it's something scary. But then again, it seems like gnahus maybe not feeling the best of it right now, but you got to have that confidence in yourself, gnahus, because you've already pulled out some insane scores. You can definitely pull out more. And I can tell you now, your home crowd wants you to do insane. So if you can't do it for yourself, try to do it for your people at home.
They really do. You might be demoralized after that loss. 3k was a difference maker, but you need to get back on track. If you want to keep the dream alive, you need to win Justice Monster. That is a terrific map, but that's what it takes to stay in the tournament. You're already in finals, and gnahus is finding 2 opening breaks.
Yeah, those misses early on, I mean, basically a trademark of gnahus at this point. Just go for the early, tactical misses, not to feel nervous later. You go insane, because like, oh, okay, I'm not full comboing, I don't need to worry. But, you know, it's always a risky play, because again, you have to obviously gamble if your opponent isn't going to full combo, but with this star rating and it not being, you know, pure speed DT, I don't fully expect to see NINERIK coming out with an FC here, but I do expect to see a pretty comfortable score coming out. I mean, look at the comfort we're being seen already, like a 400 combo, but does unfortunately find a miss on the flow wave section, but gnahus follows up with 3 more misses of their own, and that score lead is going to be sitting about 20k in favor of NINERIK for now.
Yeah, maybe NINERIK do something we did not, because if you look at gnahus, his accuracy is suffering a bit compared to NINERIK's accuracy, almost 99. The combo is not suffering whatsoever, though gnahus is actually almost pulling it back to his side. The score is a stalemate at the moment. We're just waiting for the first person to blink, and then we will get the better picture of the tendency on this map. But so far, they are just nailing this PI.
Yeah, I mean, the flow-in on this is so easy to find the misses on. The 160 BPM control needed, but it seems gnahus is going to find a random slider break, but it is going to be immediately traded by NINERIK, so the scoreline isn't going to be changing by any means, but it does mean that gnahus is going to have that very faint combo advantage, that he could try to start running away with. Both of them are sitting at the 98% accuracy, but, you know, a bit of a different caliber of 98, you know, NINERIK 98.9 versus that 98.2. With the score lead, it just can't budge. It's stuck at 20k pretty much, just because of the fact they are playing identically in these sections. And it just then comes down to who makes the more tragic miss. Will someone miss and then someone else combo, or they just find more misses in the same amount of time? But you go into these sections, I mean, the flow aim required for it, they're both so comfortable, but it's the halfway point of the map, and there's still so much remaining to find those misses on it. I don't even know if I can keep up with it, but gnahus, unfortunately, is the one to find the miss. But NINERIK trades it again immediately.
Oh god, gnahus will have to sweat blood if he wants to keep it alive. 20k score difference, same combos, almost same accuracy. They're both hitting the flow section, and now gnahus is here with the combo advantage. Exactly what he needs. He needs to keep holding. 40k, it is decreasing. Will he be able to hold for at least some time more? That's gonna be more than enough for him. That's gonna be a dream come true after that break from NINERIK. The dream is happening, but no! not like that. He's cornered and still swinging. NINERIK is doing his best in the counter attack with 120 combo, but he's losing it.
Yeah, they just keep trading and trading. Like, the misses coming out from NINERIK did bring the score closer, but gnahus unfortunately did not find the, find the combo that were required, just missing just before they were able to overtake. The score difference sitting at 10k, half of what the balance was at before. And the combos, again, practically identical. Accuracy this time now closer than ever. Both of them are done 98.6, 98.5. I mean, they're just like neck and neck. They're going back and forth, and there's still a decent chunk of the map left. I mean, it's a 4-minute map, and we've still got about almost like just under a quarter. We've got like 35 seconds left. We've got enough time for anything to happen, and it can genuinely just come down to the wire or the next miss.
Yeah, you can feel the weight of every circle now, and that circle was the crucial one for gnahus. Not after break from NINERIK though. You have 12k score difference, but that is not favoring gnahus. You need to keep holding. And NINERIK, you need to break if you want gnahus to stay in the match, but it's just not happening. The Norwegian tapping demon is here with 180 combo. The last battles are here, and I think that was the final nail in the coffin for gnahus. NINERIK lost to Malichowski, but he's going to take a revenge on another Polish player, winning against gnahus 7-3.
Sent down to losers bracket by one Polish player, and in revenge sends out another one as he goes to continue on. But a genuinely phenomenal performance from both of them, and gnahus bringing out some insane scores of their own as well.
Oh my days, Torva. You know, it was 7-3, but this match, well, it felt way more intense than just 7-3. Like, in my opinion, it could have gone to tiebreaker potentially.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They have insane potential, both players, and they played out of their minds.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, this day, NINERIK was a bit more on a good note. That D3 FC, that Noma to choke.
Yeah.
Those two scores on themselves are already making him just be the worst to win in this match, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, just the confidence coming out. It just came down to being who felt better today at, like, just playing. And it seems like NINERIK came out with a bit more confidence and just played so phenomenally on so many maps. I mean, congratulations where it's due to gnahus as well for, like, the scores on, like, No Mod 1, getting through all those diff spikes, just genuinely insane and phenomenal from both of them. But it is going to be NINERIK to continue through the losers bracket.
Indeed. And we will see NINERIK soon enough. But before that, we gotta see the next matchup that's happening. And I believe we will see Ronnie Sani playing against
FGPI, I believe.
Could be that. Could be that.
Oh, which is currently being played, I believe. Would it be on the online channel? Yeah, okay, it is correct.
Alright then. That's another spicy matchup, and I hope you will be there to witness it. But for now, Torva, is there anything else you'd like to say before this?
Good luck to NINERIK and the rest of the losers bracket, because it looks very, very stacked right now.
It really does, and that's a very good high note to end it off with. Thank you everybody for watching. Casting the match for you was me, Filoxen, and I was joined by the lovely TorvaZero. Thank you, man. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and with that, we're gonna be heading out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, goodbye.